What do you say when your child is made fun of? I can't believe I have to see your ugly face 2 days in a row. That was what one boy said to my daughter at a youth event. They both were going to be at another event the next day. She was 12, standing around with some girlfriends, and he just walked right up to her and out of the blue said, "I can't believe I have to see your ugly face 2 days in a row." She was like, "What?" Because it was so random. You know what she thought next? Wow, that must have taken a lot of courage to walk right up to me and say that to my face. What? Mama, that is what we are here for. Grooming our children for maturity, to not take offense, to believe the best about another person, but to choose wisely whom they call their friend. Hey Mama, I'm so glad that you tuned in to this episode of the Renewed Mama podcast. I'm Kimberly Mutar, and I help mamas like you think right, speak right, and respond right in all areas of your life, in your parenting, in your marriage, and in your communication, especially when your child is up against a bully and is being made fun of. It was almost a year later when my daughter told me of that time when that boy said to her, "I can't believe I have to see your ugly face 2 days in a row." I said, "What?" I wanted to get up my mama bear punching fist and go talk to that boy and his mama. I gave her high fives and cheers for her mature response instead. What I'm trying to say is that it's important how we respond as mamas when our child is bullied. You can think right, speak right, and respond right so that you empower your child should they face a bully in the future. That's our goal, empowering our children. So let's find out how. Number 1, help your child understand that it comes down to other people's perceptions. What is perception? It is the way that someone sees, understands, and interprets something. People view life through their own unique lens. It does not matter the age, whether you are in school, the workplace, the church, or the grocery store. People view life through their own lens. We all view the world differently. Some may like one video game more than another. Maybe it's because they can beat the hard levels and some cannot, no matter how hard they try. Some would rather spend time at the beach and others would rather go skiing and play in the snow. Some like their food spicy and others can't stand the heat. As we go through life, we make perceptions or conclusions based on our past experiences, past wins and fails, what someone says about us, even what they don't say, but we perceive what they are thinking through their body language, their tone of voice, or their facial expressions. Maybe someone was made fun of once and made the conclusion that I don't ever want to be embarrassed like that again. So to make sure that I feel big and better than someone else, I will make fun of them and put them down in front of others. We can't control other people's perceptions nor how they behave toward us. They are fully responsible for themselves, just like I am responsible for myself, and you are responsible for yourself. We can't control what they think of us or what they say to us or whether or not they make fun of us. All we can control is our perceptions, our lens, our own viewpoint, our own thoughts. We are in control of that. The question is, will we find the truth about the bully and the situation we find ourselves in? Regardless of what someone else says or does, what is the truth here? The truth always comes back to who you are and whose you are. I know it's challenging because belonging and being liked is vitally important to young people. But we need to teach our children that what matters most is not what their peers say, not what their teachers say, not even what we say as parents sometimes. Even though we love our children dearly, we have all spoken things that we shouldn't have out of our frustration and overwhelm, and our children are on the receiving end of those not nice words. Our job is to teach them to write on their hearts who they are and whose they are, their identity and who they belong to. Anytime I am struggling with a lie or I feel discouraged, I come back to who I am and whose I am. I am a child of the Most High God, God the Father and Jesus Christ, his Son. I am his daughter. I am loved by God as much as he loves his Son, Jesus. He is my Abba, Father, Daddy. Because of that, it doesn't matter what anyone else says about me. My identity is found in him and what he says about me. He calls me chosen, accepted, redeemed. He sings love songs over me. He rejoices over me for good with shouts of joy. He fights for me, and no weapon formed against me will prosper. Mama, he feels the exact same way about you. He says the exact same things about you, whether you believe in him and have claimed him as your heavenly Father, or you feel that you can live life without him. Even if you've been rejected by your father and mother, the Lord will take you up. This is how God showed his love among us. He sent his one and only Son into the world that we might live through him. This is love. Not that we loved God, but that he loved us and sent his Son as an atoning sacrifice for our sins. I am smart. I am strong and determined. I can figure things out. I can face hard stuff because God will help me. I am kind and I've got a big heart for helping people. Who would you say that you are, Mama? Who do you belong to? So, Mama, if there is a bully right now in your child's life, your number one to do is to teach them the truth of who they are and whose they are. Let me tell you a story of why this is so important. I know of a bully. He was a giant in the land. He was tall, mean, threatening, and wouldn't stop shouting his boasts. His name was Goliath, and he taunted the ranks of Israel in 1 Samuel 17. Listen to what he shouted. Am I not the Philistine, and you the servants of Saul? Even bully Goliath knew who he was and whose he was. He was a Philistine. The army of Israel was greatly afraid, and for 40 days they trembled each time the Philistine came forward, both morning and evening, took his stand and shouted, "Choose for yourself a man and let him come down to me, that we may fight together." Well, here comes young David, who had been tending to his father's sheep right to the battle lines with food from his father Jesse to give to his brothers who were soldiers. He watches Goliath come up and give his threats and sees all the men of Israel run away, greatly afraid. And David says, "Who is this Philistine that he should taunt the armies of the living God?" David approached Goliath with only his shepherd's staff that worked as a sling, as well as 5 smooth stones from the brook, saying, "You come to me with a sword and spear and javelin, and I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have taunted." This day the Lord will deliver you up into my hands, and I will strike you down and remove your head from you." See, David knew who he was and whose he was. "And I will give the dead bodies of the army of the Philistines this day to the birds of the sky and the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel, and that this assembly may know that the Lord does not deliver by sword or by spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hands." When Goliath, the Philistine giant, rose up to meet David, David ran to meet him. He didn't wait. He ran to meet the bully, took a stone from his shepherd's bag, and slung it, striking the Philistine on his forehead. David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling and a stone because he knew who he was and whose he was. No one messes with a child of the God of Israel. David was assured of that. Your child, mama, needs to be assured of who they are and whose they are, because they will face their own giants, and they can know that they know that they know that they shouldn't be messed with. Speak Life Badges Sticker Awards, mama, is all about who your child is. It is a tool to help you speak to your child's identity, to who they are as a person. In Austin's Kids Club, we have postcards that help your children discover who they are as well. This postcard, "Who Am I Really?" and then this one, "All About Me," as well as the "I Am Loved" journal, where they can write down some of their favorites, and they can write down their wins, which we call sprouts, in their sprouts journal. Go to speaklifebadges.com and austinskidsclub.com to learn more about both of those resources that you can use to help your child learn who they are. Another thing to remember is who truly cares. Tell your child that if your classmates truly cared about you, they would not make fun of you. They would not laugh or joke around at your expense. When someone truly cares, they create a safe place to try, to fail, to get back up, and to try again. There's no judgment or criticism, only the freedom to be you and to be accepted for that. So who truly cares? It's not that they don't like you. It's not that you aren't worth caring for. It's just the simple fact that the average person cares first and foremost about themselves and themselves only. What is good for me? How do I look? Will someone talk to me? Will someone be my friend? Will I fit in? Will I belong? That's the honest truth. It is rare and special to find someone who cares and thinks more about other people first than about themselves. And while we want to be that person who loves and serves others first, our human nature is to think, "What about me?" and then to look out for me first. And that is what your classmates were thinking when they made fun of you. What about me? They were only thinking about themselves. They were probably thinking, "Whew, glad that it wasn't me who was put on the spot. Glad that it wasn't me who blanked out." And they covered it up with a joke, a giggle, a tease, because they didn't want others to know that what they were thinking. It's a self-defense tactic. The truth is, everyone has a moment when they blank out and they forget the answer or they forget what they were saying. No big deal. I won't take their jokes to heart. The truth is, everyone messes up now and then. Everyone trips. Everyone gets toilet paper stuck to their shoe. Everyone leaves their pants zipper unzipped. Everyone gets their skirt tucked up in their tights like I did and walks out of the bathroom that way like I did in junior high. And it's okay. We might want to just melt away and die of embarrassment at that moment, but it's okay. The sun will rise again tomorrow and we'll give ourselves grace, even if the rest of junior high or high school doesn't, because we know who we are and whose we are. By the way, if a classmate only thinks about themselves and has to lift themselves up by putting others down, great. We just found out who not to choose as a friend. Sorry, you're not the friend for me. It may feel like that rules out everyone in your class, but maybe one or two people, that just might be the reality. But trying to fit in with that crowd who only thinks about themselves aren't worth belonging to. Let's go find a new friend who truly cares. They're out there. I sincerely hope that these thoughts will help you to know what to say to your child the next time that they are made fun of. Teach your child these things and then give them space to work through it, through the hurt or embarrassment. Check in regularly to see how they are doing and pray for emotional healing. They can come out of it stronger, more compassionate, and gracious to others. I also encourage you again to get the I Am Loved journal. This is for children ages 7 to 13. This journal is meant to grow with them. There are teaching pages about overcoming fear, what a lie sounds like, what the truth sounds like, what they should be speaking and thinking to themselves instead. Teaching pages like what to do when someone makes fun of them, how to forgive, how to ask for forgiveness when they hurt someone else. There is so much goodness in this I Am Loved journal. You can get it at speaklifebadges.com. Mama, if you need help with what to say to yourself and to your children, with what you are thinking and how you are responding, don't wait another minute to do one of these two things, or better yet, both. Number 1, go to speaklifebadges.com and get a Speak Life Badges sticker book. Choose between I Am Special, I Am Priceless, and I Am Smart, or get all 3. Start using the scripts to help you know a better way to speak to your children. Reading the script will give you time to calm down, to put aside the frustration, and come to them with a heart of teaching and keeping the relationship whole. Giving your child a sticker badge that they can wear to remind them of who they are and who they can grow to become, even if it's not there yet, will get their attention and be a fresh new way to handle those teaching moments. Especially when they face bullies, you can give them an I am brave, I am strong, and I am important, and an I am loved sticker from the I Am Special sticker book. If you need someone to talk to, reach out to me right now by email at kimberly@speaklifebadges.com, and we'll hop on a coaching chat together, and we can talk through your specific frustrations, what you've already tried that isn't working, and what you can try instead. We'll go fruit to root together to help you to think right, to speak right, and to respond right. You don't have to do it alone. It's so much better working through it together. So email me at kimberly@speaklifebadges.com. We'll pick a time to chat that works best for you, and we'll get you the answer you've been praying for. Real quick before you go, if this podcast has blessed you in some way, the number one way you can thank me is to leave a written review for this show over on Apple Podcast. It encourages me so much to hear from you and to know that this show is helping you to stay renewed. The second thing you can do for me is to take a screenshot of this episode and share it on your Instagram stories and tag me at Speak Life Badges. or DM another mama you know who needs to hear this truth so that they can help their child if they're being bullied too. Join me on Thursday as we answer one mama's question about her daughter who is the bully. I'll see you next time. If there is one gift that you could give your children today, it would be your words, chosen carefully and spoken well. The words you speak today are like seeds planted in their hearts and minds. These word seeds will sprout and bear fruit in their life as they grow and become adults. Use Speak Life badges, sticker award badges, along with suggested scripts or words you can say in the situations you encounter with your children. These scripts are designed to help you to speak to your child's individual personality, to break lies they may be believing, and to help them to grow up with a truth-filled mindset. Get them today at speaklifebadges.com. Austin the Hedgehog is bringing mailbox fun to your kids. Your children ages 3 to 13 can receive mailbox surprises like activity postcards, happy birthday cards, stickers, crafts, recipe cards, coloring pages, puzzles, special gifts like the I Am Loved journal, a tumbler, Austin's matching happy birthday toque, and so much more from Austin the Hedgehog, straight to your mailbox with their own name on it each month. All teaching life lessons such as helping, using time wisely, how to monitor their own screen time, how to choose the right friends. Being strong means more than just muscles, how to have self-control, and their words are like seeds that will grow into fruit in their life. It is oh so good from Austin the Hedgehog. 2 subscription levels are available. Register your children today at austinskidsclub.com.